Film fans YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, the Movie Apprentice, and today I am looking at Late Night with the Devil, directed by Cameron and Colin Cairnes, and starring David Dastmalchian, Ian Bliss, and Rhys Auteri. This follows a late night talk show host desperate to regain his viewership. He hosts a Halloween special. Though the master tape has been lost to time, it has been discovered, and we get to see the horrific events that take place on that particular evening. Before I get into this review, if you like seeing on the channel, click that like button and subscribe for more video reviews like this coming all the time. Without further ado, let's talk about this. So straight to the point, Late Night with the Devil. I saw this way back in October at the London Film Festival. Thought I'd reviewed it, hadn't. Need to check my bookkeeping a little bit more, but I can safely say that with this film coming out in just over a week's time in the States on March 22nd, I'm going to say this is definitely well worth your time. It is a found footage movie, but in a unique way. It is very much a master tape of the show that is taking place, but it also shows some behind the scenes stuff that happens between the commercial breaks, and it plays out fantastically as a live talk show. The best way to describe this film, I would say, it's like a stick of dynamite in a Looney Tunes cartoon. You light the fuse and you watch it slowly but surely creep towards the base where the whole film will explode into a chaotic masterstroke of just campy horror goodness. That is what this film does. It is very well done in the way it replicates an old-timey talk show whilst also blending elements of horror, the paranormal, and slowly escalating things through both the dialogue, even the guests that appear on the show slowly escalate through the various forms of the paranormal and the occult. And I believe that the film does a very good job of slowly pacing itself out to its explosive crescendo. David Dastmalchian does a great job in the lead role. It is nice to see him being given a chance to shine as the lead of a movie after years of always being this guy that we see in a movie that is always good, but he's never really gotten the opportunity to really flex his acting chops in a lead position. He's very much given that role in this, in the most lead role of them all, being a talk show host, having to interact with the other actors and just present himself as both this talk show host and the actor, and showing this individual with a very public face that he has on camera, but we see shades of the man behind the public face when it comes to the in-between ad breaks backstage sequences. When it delves into the horror aspects of things, as I've said, it does slowly escalate over the course of the movie's runtime, but I love how it starts off with your standard hypnosis and it slowly escalates to a non-believer to full-on possession and occult stuff. It has a nice gradual incline as we bridge towards the finale, and it gives us some really great sequences. And when we get the context of some throwaway dialogue that is mentioned in casual conversation behind the camera during the commercial breaks in the full context of the movie, it really paints a full picture of our main character, which I thought was very well executed. The film nails the theme, it nails the time period that it is set in, and it really passes the vibe of the banter between the host and their guests, and even their musician and conductor to the side of the stage. There's a great flow in this movie when it comes to the audience to host dynamic as well. It's just a fun little movie. Is this gonna change the books when it comes to horror movies? No, it's not gonna hit the levels of many found footage movies. It's not gonna hit levels of many horror movies. What this film is, it's a fun spook house movie. I'm a sucker for found footage movies, and I love the dynamic of showing both the master tape of the show itself as well as stuff happening behind the scenes. I love the grainy feel of it. They really commit to giving that grainy old school feel of this talk show, and it translates very well across the screen. Ian Bliss does a very good job in this movie as well. He plays very much the bunker, the guy that doubts everything he sees, the guy that has to find logic in any particular aspect of the paranormal. He's very much a paranormal debunker, and he is a great opponent for our leads and other characters that very much delve into the paranormal side of things and very much believe in the occult. Seeing this debunker exchange quips with several of the characters, he is a joy to watch on screen, and I love his character a lot. He almost steals the show from Dastmalchian at times, but Dastmalchian, as already stated, does a commandingly performance, really showing his chops in leading this film. I would say that my only real negative I had coming out of it, and it's not really a true negative, it's the fact that the whole film is pitched as a master tape to an old talk show from decades ago, and it breaks away from that mold. Obviously, it has been doing that throughout the runtime when we do cut to the in-between ad breaks sections. The final 10 or so minutes fully break away from this master tape we're supposed to be watching and very much gives us a perspective view from Dastmalchian's character, and that breaks the gimmick a little bit, so that can be the detractor for some. But it did lead to a very explosive, insane finale that's just a joy to watch. This is the kind of horror ghost story that you would love to sit with a few friends, get some beers in, get some popcorn, and just have a whale of a time. This is one of those popcorn flick horror movies that are actually decent, and that's rare to find. Usually horror has to be very artistic or has to just be fun but stupid. This finds a healthy medium between a serious horror and a horror that's just trying to be a fun time at the movies, and that is exactly what you're going to get with Late Night with the Devil. Before I get into my grade, if you like what you're seeing on the channel so far, drop that like button and subscribe for more video reviews that's coming all the time. I'm going to do some late reviews of Lisa Frankenstein and Imaginary some point over the weekend, as well as my full series review of Masters of the Air. So stay tuned for those, as I'm looking forward to getting a lot of content to you over the next few days. Without further ado, Late Night with the Devil is a fun popcorn flick that I would definitely recommend people check out. David Dastmalchian does a fantastic job finally being given the chance to lead a movie, and Ian Bliss is just an absolute riot as the almost polar opposite of Dastmalchian's character, and the slow escalation from a calm Halloween talk show over the course of the movie to a truly bonkers finale. It is something to behold. While it does break away from the found footage aspect, I still really enjoyed the movie and had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to have to say that Late Night with the Devil for me is a good cup of tea. So Late Night with the Devil, have you seen it? If you haven't, let me know you for down in the comments below. What is your favourite found footage movie? Do be sure to let me know. But until next time, everybody, my name is Josh. I have been your Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.